These beautiful, perfectly steamed little pouches are bursting with flavor. A little bit of soup, a little bit of pork, hit that dipping sauce, and you got yourself a soup dumpling, otherwise known as Xiaolongbao. Let's turn up the heat. Roll it. I describe the soup as bursting with flavor, so that means the first step is trying to get this soup bursting with flavor. There's a couple things we need to get that burst, and the first thing is ginger. Take a spoon and grate this until all the skin is completely off. Once your ginger is peeled, go ahead, bring in 2 green onions, and you can just cut these up into large pieces. Take half of your ginger and just slice it up. The other half, slice it, and then cut this into perfect little julienne, otherwise known as little matchsticks. Now on the heat, go ahead, turn your burner on medium, add 1 cup of stock, add your green onions and your ginger. Add a touch of salt. Once this comes to a boil, reduce this by half. Once your stock is reduced by half, go ahead, strain this off. And now let this cool until this is looking like jello and you can cut it with a knife. And now for this filling, start with 2 green onions. Chop these up very fine into a mince. Once it's completely minced, move this to the side, bring in a bowl, and add a ½ pound of pork. Add your minced green onions, and now to this, add a pinch of white pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 tablespoons of rice wine, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. Get in there and mix this up. Once you're done mixing, stick this in the fridge and let those flavors meld together. For the dipping sauce, you could use something that's spicy. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of balsamic. I just want salty and sweet. Some soy sauce, and that ginger you cut up earlier, right in. Starting with this dough, add 85 grams of flour. Everything for this dough is going to be in gram measurements because the hydration of this flour is very important. Tablespoons and cups won't cut it. Add 25 grams of hot, steamy water. Mix this up. And to this, add 20 grams of room temperature water. And just incorporate that flour with the small amount of moisture that you just added. Once you continue working this dough, eventually all that flour will be hydrated and it won't be so crusty. And once your dough is ready, go ahead, take this and roll it into a log. Once it's shaped, cut these into 10 to 15 gram balls, and that'll get you 10 dumplings. Get a little bit of flour down, press it out, and roll this into a circle. Throw this on some parchment and cover it up. Move on to the next one and continue this process until all of them are done. Once your stock is completely chilled and it looks like jello, go ahead, plop this out onto your board and simply cut it up. Add this to your meat mixture and just fold these squares of stock into this mixture. Take a little bit of this mixture, toss it right into the middle, and now fold one side over, make a crimp, and press it down. Rotate and continue making little crimps. I'm not a professional whatsoever, but to me, that looks all right. It's got that homemade touch. Now bring in a pan, turn it on high heat, add about 2/3 cups of water. Once this starts to simmer, toss in an aluminum foil ball. Take your beautiful dumplings, set them on top of that ball, and cover your dumplings. Now I know those bamboo steamers would be ideal for this. That's what they're made for. but I don't have one, and if you don't have one, I don't want that to be the reason you can't make this deliciousness and enjoy it. What I'm doing right here bypasses that bamboo steamer and makes them the exact same. So now you have no excuse to get your little booty in the kitchen, whip up some soup dumplings, toss them into a steamer, and enjoy them. And now after about 7 minutes, your dumplings should be looking perfect. And now, perfect little dumplings. Can't wait. Don't have one of those fancy little spoons, but it's all right. Just take a bite. Dump out that soup. So good. Now take some of that dipping sauce, fill that little hole with a little bit of that sauce. And now one bite. I cannot stop eating these. I have 4 left. They're so delicious. They've got that blast of flavor. Go make them. I have nothing else to say other than if you like this video, give it a big fat thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and until next time, peace.